The galaxy punished the alien dragon for giving birth out of season until beginning the forbidden birth. In the spiral arm of the Andraxis galaxy, beneath the swirling storms of the gas giant Romer 7, a colony of dragons lived among the clouds. Not mythical beasts of fire and magic, but vast, sentient creatures born of plasma and starlight. They were called the Dravari, an ancient race who had existed since before the formation of the Galactic Core. The Dravari were ruled by an ancient code. Each female dragon could only lay her clutch during the season of radiance, when the twin suns of their world aligned and filled the atmosphere with high-energy plasma. It was said that hatchlings born outside the sacred alignment would absorb chaotic radiation, becoming unpredictable, malformed, or even cursed. No dragon dared defy that law. Until Veilora, the youngest of the royal brood. Veilora had always been different. Her scales shimmered silver instead of gold, her plasma breath burned cold, and her eyes, bright violet, saw what no other Dravari could, the interwoven field of energy that connected life itself. She was a dreamer among dragons, fascinated by creation, by birth, by the fragile flicker of life that came from a void. When she realized she was carrying an egg months before the season of radiance, fear gripped her heart. She tried to hide it, to meditate, to still the pulsing energy within her womb. But the egg grew restless. It glowed faintly with starlight, begging to be born. And so, one night under the pale light of Romir's smallest moon, Veilora disobeyed the laws of her kind. She gave birth. The hatchling that emerged was smaller than any Dravari young. Its wings were translucent, its core pulse-weak, its breath barely visible. Veilora wrapped her coils around it, whispering soft hums of plasma to feed its spark. She named it Aerith, meaning light born from silence. But her secret did not last long. The Dravari Council sensed a birth. Their psychic network trembled as a new energy signature appeared. They came in thundering storms, led by High Lord Dravik, the Galactic Emperor Dragons, Veilora's father. What have you done? Dravik's voice shook the atmosphere. You have broken the law of our kind. You have spat upon the rhythm of creation. Veilora bowed her head. I cannot stop the birth. He wished to live. Then he shall die for your weakness, Dravik declared. The council hissed their approval. Veilora's heart shattered. She stood over her hatchling, wings wide, her plasma aura flaring silver and violet. You will not touch him, she growled. But Dravik's power was ancient. With a single roar, he unleashed a punishment of the galaxy, a decree echoed to the energy web of the cosmos. Veilora's wings were bound in shadowlight, and she was cast into the void. Her child, Aerith, was left alone in the storm clouds of Romer, abandoned, condemned as the out-of-season spawn. The galaxy itself turned its back. Every world and species that worshipped the Dravari as gods was forbidden from aiding her. Veilora and her hatchling were exiled beyond time, wandering the frozen rings of the dead system of Catalyst 9, where no star had shone for 1,000 years. Middle, the frozen exile. Years passed in silence. Veilora drifted between fragments of asteroids and ice, wrapping Aerith close against her glowing chest. She taught him how to feed on cosmic radiation, how to move through vacuum currents, how to survive without a star. But Aerith was fragile. His scales never hardened. His plasma breath remained faint and unstable. Other exiled dragons, scavengers, traitors, failed hatchlings, mocked him. They called him Half-Spark, the useless one. Still, he loved his mother. Why did the galaxy hate me? He asked one night, his voice soft as static. Veilora gazed at the black horizon. Because you were born when creation slept. They fear what they cannot predict. Then I will become something they cannot destroy, Aerith said, a spark of determination flashing in his violet eyes. That spark would change everything. As Aerith grew, his strange birth began to reveal hidden gifts. He could hear the hum of the cosmos, the pulse of dead stars, the memories of comets, the whispers of ancient energies left behind after the first explosions of the universe. He began to sing those frequencies, shaping them into patterns. When he sang, ice crystals melted. Dead plasma storms came alive. Veilora watched in awe. You are connected to the ancient pulse. Aerith tilted his head. The what? The song that created all things. Even the Dravari once sang it, before pride silenced us. His mother's words sparked something deep within him. He began to travel beyond the exile zone, venturing close to abandoned space stations, derelict ships, and old human colonies that had drifted forgotten. And one day he found them. Humans. A fleet of scavenger ships from the Terran Union had entered the dead system, mining the frozen asteroids for rare minerals. Aerith watched them from afar, cloaked in the cosmic dust. He saw how small and fragile they were, yet how fiercely they fought against the cold. Something about their will reminded him of his mother. When one of their ships, the SS Helios 3, exploded in an accident, Aerith didn't hesitate. He dove through the debris and plasma, wrapping his translucent wings around the wreckage. The humans screamed through their comms as the dragon's form appeared, a ghost of light and cosmic fire. But instead of attacking, the creatures shielded them from the radiation storm, pulling the wreck towards safety. Captain Mira Voss of the Helios. 3 stared through her viewport in disbelief. That thing just saved us. Aerith gazed at her through the void. Their eyes met. Hers, filled with fear and awe. His, glowing faintly violet, curious and kind. From that moment, 2 worlds collided, the human and the hatchling. Over months, the humans and Aerith formed an unlikely bond. Mira, an explorer who had lost her home colony to war, found comfort in the creature's silent strength. She called him Starflame. He learned human speech, slowly, through radio waves and coded transmissions. He learned what compassion was, what friendship felt like, and that not all intelligent life was cruel. But the galaxy was not done with him. When the Terran Union reported the existence of a living plasma dragon helping humans, the Dravari Council took notice. The Emperor, Dravik, was enraged. That hatchling still lives? The punishment was not enough. To them, Aerith's survival was an insult, a sign that the galaxy's judgment had been defied. The Council sent the Eternal Guard, a squad of elder dragons made of molten crystal and void fire, to destroy him. They arrived in blinding storms that split the skies of Calus 9. Mira and her crew watched their scanner spike. Massive energy readings, incoming objects the size of battleships. Aerith felt them before they appeared. His core pulse flared. He turned toward Mira. Run. What about you? He looked back at the stars. This is my punishment, not yours. The battle that followed was unlike anything recorded in human history. Plasma storms erupted across the system. The Eternal Guard surrounded Aerith, chanting in the ancient Dravari tongue. The season was broken. The balance must be restored. Aerith fought bravely, weaving through energy bolts and collapsing asteroids, but the elder dragons were far stronger. Each strike tore through his fragile wings. His light dimmed. Then Veilora appeared. Her exile was supposed to keep her away from all living systems. Yet when she sensed her son's pain echo through the cosmic web, she broke the law again. She descended in a storm of violet lightning, her scales gleaming brighter than a nova. You will not harm my child again, she roared. Dravik himself appeared through a rift in the void, his form enormous, the size of a moon. His voice shook every planet in the system. Veilora, you defy the galaxy's decree again. You would condemn us all for your love. Veilora's eyes burned with tears of plasma. If love condemns us, then the galaxy deserves a fall. Aerith's heart pounded. His mother stood against the entire council for him. Something broke free within him. The strange energy of his forbidden birth. The hum of the cosmos roared in his veins. He opened his jaws and sang. The sound wasn't heard through ears, but through existence itself. Every atom, every wave, every quantum vibration trembled. The ancient pulse of creation awoke. The song that once gave birth to stars. Dravik and the Eternal Guard froze as their own energies faltered. The laws of time bent, and the punishment that had banished Veilora shattered. The dead system of Calus 9 bloomed with light. Frozen planets melted. Dead suns reignited. Life energy flooded through the void. And for the first time, the galaxy listened. Ending. Redemption of the out-of-season child. When the light faded, Aerith stood transformed. His translucent wings glowed with golden white fire. His body no longer fragile but vibrant, pulsing with cosmic life. The very energy of the universe flowed through him. Dravik stared in awe. Impossible. You have awakened the pulse. Aerith spoke, his voice echoing like starlight. The galaxy punished me for being born out of season, but creation has no season. Life does not wait for permission to exist. Silence fell over the cosmic battlefield. Even the sun seemed to listen. Veilora lowered her head beside him, tears of light streaming down her scales. My son, you have done what none of us dared. You have reminded the galaxy of its heart. Dravik bowed his mighty head, pride melting into sorrow. Perhaps it was not you who sinned, Veilora, but us, for forgetting why we were born. He spread his vast wings and lifted his gaze to the stars. Let the decree be broken. Let the seasons of birth end. From this day forth, life may rise when it will. The council agreed, their roars forming a new law that rippled to the fabric of space. No creation shall ever again be punished for its time of birth. The exile was lifted. Mira and the humans watched from their ship as Aerith and Veilora ascended toward the reborn sun, their bodies glowing like living constellations. Mira whispered, he saved more than us, he saved everything. Aerith looked back at her one last time, sending a thought through the frequencies they once used to speak. Tell your kind, even the smallest light can change a galaxy. With that, he vanished into the sunrise of a new system, a place where stars sang again, where dragons and humans could coexist, and where no child, human or alien, would ever be punished for being born at the wrong time. Epilogue. Centuries later, explorers of the Terran Union would find a nebula shaped like a dragon and her hatchling entwined in eternal flight. They called it the Nebula of Seasons, a living reminder the day the galaxy learned that even punishment cannot silence love. And if one listened closely, they said, you could still hear the faint hum, the song of Aerith, the out-of-season child who became the galaxy's heart.